Hello everyone, we are solving problems on acceleration analysis, and earlier we have solved two problems, problem number 1 and problem number 2, which we have earlier solved for velocity analysis, and then we have extended that same for the acceleration analysis. Now today we will see the problem number 3, which was solved earlier, whose velocity analysis is already done, and we are going to see how the accelerations are to be worked out. So I'll just draw the sketch of problem number 3, which is already there with you. Okay, so this is the exercise which you have solved. We have found out the velocities of angular velocities of various links, and they are there with us. Now we are asked to find out some of the terms which are required for acceleration analysis. So I'll write only those terms which are required in the acceleration analysis. So I'll just write that. Find acceleration of q with respect to p, then acceleration of r with respect to q, acceleration of r with respect to s, then acceleration of n with respect to m, then the acceleration of n with respect to fixed point p. So these are the accelerations we have to find out, and then the angular accelerations of different links, say r with respect to q, r with respect to q, then acceleration of r with respect to s, acceleration of n with respect to m. So these are the terms which we have to find out as a result of acceleration analysis. So we start here. In fact, I think it is better to write all these things are here. So I'll just write them here again. So that we get some space here for the polygon. Okay. This is the thing to be found out. Find these things. So we start with link number 2. For link number 2. So we write as usual that acceleration of, now these are all pin joints here. Now these pin joints you have to show like this. You cannot just draw it without these dots are showing that there are pin joints kinematic pairs which we have learnt earlier. So now for link number 2 we write acceleration of any point q is equal to acceleration of a known point p plus acceleration of q relative to p as a vector equation. Out of that, this is q relative to p is equal to normal component and the tangential component. And out of that, the normal component is given by length into angular velocity square r omega square, and this we know. We know this because omega is given, length is also known, so you will find out the magnitude of this vector and even the direction which is along the link from q to p in the linkage diagram, and in the polygon it is going to be from p to q, which we will draw later on. So this is the one. Maybe we can start here straight away. Acceleration polygon will start. We'll set some scale, and then we will start maybe somewhere from here, calling this point as P and S, small p and small s. Then we draw this vector, normal vector, in this direction, maybe something like this. This is f normal of q with respect to p, and this is final point q because tangential component is not there. We are not given alpha. Suppose we are given alpha, then we are drawn another line. It is not there right now. So this is the final. This is not there, so this itself is this. So this is itself is this. So we are written acceleration of q with respect to p. So you can say this is done. Now the next link is 3. So for link number 3 now, we write acceleration of r with respect to q. Acceleration of r equal to acceleration of q plus acceleration of r with respect to q. Acceleration of r is equal to acceleration of q plus acceleration of any point r with respect to known point q. So as usual we have written this equation. Out of that now we write acceleration of r with respect to q is given by its two components like this. One is normal and one is tangential, and out of that the normal component comes as length rq into omega square of this r with respect to q square. Now this value of angular velocity, how this r is rotating with respect to q, that omega in your earlier exercise you might have got the answer. Now I don't have that answer. One of the two is there. So this is your angular velocity. I will not draw it here now, but then it is there with you. This is there. So this value is there, and it is from r to q, capital R to capital Q in the linkage diagram. So it is like this, from R to Q, normal component, and here it is going to be from Q to R. So it will start from Q and it will end into R. So this vector we draw from here along this line parallel. So maybe I'll draw it something like this. Calling it as R with respect to Q, normal component. This one. Then comes the tangential. Now this is R alpha. Now alpha of R with respect to Q is this. But since this is not known, it is asked. So you will not be able to find this. So magnitude not known and direction is perpendicular to RQ. So now we draw a line from here which is going to be perpendicular. We have drawn a line perpendicular to RQ like this. Okay, do not see. So we will not be able to do more than this for link number 3 up to this much. Now we go to link 4. So for link 4, we write acceleration of any point R is equal to acceleration of a known point S, which is 0, plus acceleration of R with respect to S. Now out of that, this equal to normal and tangential. Normal of this and tangential of this. Then the normal component is length into omega square. Omega square. Now this angular velocity is already known. You have found out in the velocity analysis. So once you know this whole thing is known. So you will have a value of this, which you can write here. See, the unit is millimeters per second square. So write this, and this parameter is known, and it is from R, capital R to capital S. Capital R to capital S in the linkage diagram. So this vector we show this way. F normal of R with respect to S from capital R to capital S in the linkage diagram, and here it will be from S to R. So it will start from S. It will start from S. So this vector we draw starting from S, and then it will end and this is going to be your R, but this is intermediate R. Even this is also intermediate R, not final. So this is R1, this is R2. Then the next is tangential of this, which is R alpha. Now out of that, alpha is not known, it is asked. So you will not be able to find out this at the moment. So magnitude we don't have. Direction will be perpendicular to RS. So anything perpendicular to RS will be perpendicular here. So when you do that, you will get the intersection point, because R is lying on this. Earlier we said R is lying on this, therefore R is here. So once you got R, this is the final R. So we got the final point R, and as a result, we will now say that we have finalized the components which were not known. So what was not known here, this was not known, magnitude not known was this, and now the magnitude not known is this. So now it is known, tangential of R with respect to Q is going to be this. This is normal, this is tangential. Similarly, tangential of R with respect to S. See, this was normal R with respect to S. Now this is tangential of R with respect to S. Okay, this is F tangential of R with respect to Q. So we have found out the two things which were earlier not known by their magnitude. So that now we can go back and write these values directly here, and then from that what was not known, because of which we could not draw this earlier. we could not find this earlier. Those parameters which are the accelerations which you can now find out. Okay, so that we will do, and in the process we have found out this r. So now we will say that acceleration of r with respect to s, that means you have to join this with this. This is acceleration of r with respect to s total. This is normal, this is tangential, this is total. So what you wanted to know is this. Similarly here, this is normal, acceleration of r with respect to s has got these two components, and here we have seen acceleration of r with respect to q, these two components. So the final is this. If you want to join, you can join this. So this rq is this rq. Okay. So up to this we have found out these many values. R with respect to q also now we have found out. R with respect to q is this. So this is, we obtain right here. This is normal, this is tangential, this is total. So normal, tangential, total. This total that is asked. Total is this total. So we have come till here. Okay. And the values of alpha which are there, one is here, other is here. So when you write these equations and when you write these tangential values which you have got here, then these unknowns you can find out, which we will write here further. Just jot down this, we will write the next part. Okay, so now we say that from polygon, from the acceleration polygon, we found out Ft equal to something which is this, and then we equate that with rq into alpha, so that find alpha. Alpha you can find out, that is this, and the unit is radians per second square. Now this is angular acceleration, so we should know the direction. So what is the direction of r with respect to q? Alpha. Now this tangential we have found out like this. Normal was this, and tangential is this way. So I'll just show that. Maybe I'll show like this itself. So this vector is, I have drawn it here, f tangential of r with respect to q. Now r with respect to means where the observer is standing. I am standing at q, looking at r, and this point has got tangential acceleration like this. See, the velocity is different and acceleration is different. Acceleration is in this direction. Now we don't know, you may be having the data. Suppose you have got omega like this, omega of r with respect to q this way. And if you got, now see, the alpha is going to come because of this direction is like this. So alpha is going to be like this. In the present example, this alpha is anti-clockwise. This is that much is sure. Sure in the sense, for my polygon it is sure. When you draw the polygon, that will be the real polygon with actual size. I have not got any numerical values. So the shape of the polygon is not final the way I have drawn it. I am just explaining to you. When you draw, the lengths will change, they will be the actual lengths, and accordingly the shape will change. Accordingly, these vectors also may change their position, and that may also change the result when you draw. At the moment, assume this is the final, for the time being, for the understanding purpose, assume that this is the final. So in that case, tangential is upwards, then because of that alpha is like this. So alpha we can say it is anti-clockwise. Now, if your angular velocity is like this, and if the angular acceleration is like this, what it means, if you find it difficult to understand what it means, you create your own question. I'll create a question. Suppose there is one object. This object is moving like, I am taking the linear example. The object is moving like this, its velocity like this. and suppose this velocity is reducing, that means it is slowing down, then we say that acceleration is this way. So velocity like this, acceleration like this. The object is, you can see it is moving in this direction, but it is slowing down, acceleration is opposite. So what do we call this as? It is retardation. So now you can see this is similar. This is linear velocity, angular velocity. Linear acceleration, angular acceleration. Velocity acceleration opposite, velocity acceleration opposite. Which means that this link, it is moving like this, but it is slowing down. Its rotation is slowing down. So it was fast and then it has slowed down. That is the meaning, that means it is retarding. If this is the case. Now I don't know, you must have solved this problem earlier, from where you will find out what is the direction. Suppose the direction is like this, omega is also like that, means it is accelerating. The speed is going to increase. The angular velocity is going to increase. So depending on what value, what direction you have got earlier and this direction what you got now, you will decide whether this is accelerating or retarding. Whether its speed is, whether its rotary speed, whether it is angular speed, this one, is increasing or decreasing, that will be decided by alpha direction. So we have done till this much. Now the next part, we also know from the polygon the other parameter ft of r with respect to s. We have found out that is length rs and the alpha of r with respect to s, which is asked. So now since this is known, length is known, you can find alpha in radians per second square. And what will be the direction of this? For the direction, you have to show this vector r with respect to s, tangential. It is like this. So it is like this. So this vector I have drawn here, which shows that this is alpha. Alpha is like this because the tangential is like this. So which is clockwise. So we'll write here clockwise. So maybe both are coming in the same direction. That means this angular velocity is increasing. Here angular velocity is like this. Alpha is not given. That means this is constant. So even if this is constant, the other links may have their velocities increasing or decreasing, and that is why they are having some angular accelerations, although this link is not having any acceleration, angular acceleration. Okay. So we have found the value of this also. That means this part we are done. Now we have to go for the remaining part. Where is m? Where is n? Where are the other parameters? Those things we have to now find out. So that we'll do, just jot this down, we'll do the next part.